when you look at it, it looks at you. Maybe it was always looking at you, and just when it got your attention, you noticed it was looking at you. And so the text tells us that the living one sees Moses looking at the bush. And now the living one is transformed into the strong ones. I want you to hear how consciousness is morphing in the text. There's Moses, and then there's the Melech, Yahweh, or the Melech of the living one, and then now there's the Elohim. They're all there. And then the Elohim, or the strong one that's present there, calls out, Moshe, Moshe. I know we're accustomed to thinking that it's a man's voice. Moses, Moses. We've seen Charleston Heston. But in history, in mysticism, in Kabbalah, we said that could be the voice of the Bat Kol, the daughter. The voice of the daughter. The small, still voice that tells you to go this way instead of that way. The small, still voice that says turn around instead of go straight. And so now Moses hears the Shekinah, the voice of nearness and of intimacy of the living one say to him, Moshe, Moshe. Moses responds, and the Hebrew is beautiful. Hineni. Hineni. Here I is. And it's just that African, too. Because this is all taking place in Northeast Africa. And in Northeast Africa, there are African people. And that's not in Charlton Heston, okay? You heard that here. So in Northeast Africa, where Moses is speaking an Afro-Asiatic language, that's from Africa, Ethiopia to India. This is where the people are living. You follow me? So I know he's practicing yoga. Moses says, Hineni. I be here. There's another nuance to Hineni. It means look at here. You got? So Moses is also saying to the deity, look at here. Look at here, I'm here. We're not going to talk about chitlin or chicken, okay? Look at here. I want you to get this. This murderer running away from himself, running away from his destiny, because he doesn't yet know who he is, even though he has been brought up in the Pharaoh's house. Learned all the hieroglyphics, all the mysteries, all the initiations that one could learn, all the astrology, all the medicine. He learned it all. So he was prepared, but he wasn't yet prepared. You know what that's like? So he has to conjure up a way to get out of. He has to conjure up a way to get out of his responsibility. Now he doesn't know it consciously, but when he killed that Egyptian, he conjured that up as a way to do what? Get out of his destiny. So he takes flight. And he thinks he's gotten away, of course. He has a legitimate excuse. If I go back to Mizraim, they're going to kill me. So I think I'll just stay a while over here in Midian, and I'll find myself a nice wife, and I'll get a home, and I'll settle down, and I'll raise some sheep, and you know what I'm talking about. I'll work from 9 to 5. I'll retire someday. I'll get my pension. I'll work overtime for death row. Oh, it's gonna be all right. Thank you, God. In me as me. Although I don't know who I am yet. So he's brought on the backside of the mountain. See, this symbolism is important. It's on the backside of the mountain. You follow me? Because he's still, what? Hiding out. So he got to go to the backside of the mountain. He doesn't know that something on the backside is waiting for him, just as it was on the front side. He does have enough sense to go to what's called Mount Horeb, which means actually desert. But it had a reputation of being a mountain where strange things could happen. You follow me? Strange things could happen. You don't want them to happen, but they could happen if you go that way. And so he goes up the mountain of the desert, the mountain of desolation, the mountain of recession. Did I just say something? The mountain of recession, the mountain of fear, the mountain of doubt, the mountain of doom and gloom. And right there on the mountain is a bush. Something so insignificant. It could have been a little mustard seed bush of some type. You following me? But this particular bush now, unlike others in the desert, I guess, it is burning. There's light inside of it. And he notices there's some kind of being inside of the light. Calls it Malach Yahweh, or Malach, living one. The text, the narrator does, because I want you to know also that this is being written by a human being. This whole text is. It's a story that came out of the heavens, but it came through a brain. Got transmitted from a brain through an arm, and from an arm into a parchment or a piece of stone. And that's how it became the text that we now read. That's why there's no Bible as such. But there is imagination and power always present. So now he's looking at this sign. And now he realizes that the sign is looking at him. And then the sign that's looking at him has a voice. It has a vibration. So you got the light vibrating. Follow me? And now you got sound waves vibrating. Motion, motion. Or it could have been like an echo. Motion, motion, motion. You follow me? Because the text gives us a plurality of possibilities. So it's coming back. Moses said, I be here. You got my attention. We're still talking about activating what? The I am within you. But sometimes you have to see the I am or hear it or experience it on the backside because you've been running away from the front side until you realize that it's inside. There you go. It could be out there. It could be around here. But it is most definitely in here. So now this dialogue begins. Give and take. So the living one says, you know, I've been checking things out. I've been paying attention to the children of Israel. They shouldn't have gone there in the first place. I didn't tell them to go there. But they got hungry. And they thought they couldn't find anything right where they were. So their great-granddaddy, you follow me? And one of the brothers that they sold into slavery ended up there. And because they saw on the outer appearance famine all around them, Bishop, they thought that it was dry everywhere. except in Atlanta.